Hello and welcome everyone to the Collegiate Chess League Summer 2025 season, brought to you by our sponsor Susquehanna. My name is Joe. I'm the commissioner of the Collegiate Chess League, and this is the Bullet Qualifier Arena starting in just under 2 minutes. This is what determines what division players will play in next week during the knockout bracket, the playoffs. So this is the College Bullet Chess Championship, and we're about to begin. So let's check out the players. Here we see number 1 seed, Math Person 2015. Let me see who this is. This looks to be someone from Virginia Tech, actually, Thomas Lane, a second-year student. We actually had an international master player from Stanford who was at, I believe, 2,700 that had joined, but I don't see them anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got some very strong players for sure. Obviously, 2,600, very high. The clear favorite, number 1 seed, but we have as many as 13 players over 2,100 and many more over 2,000. So over 20 players 2,000 plus or higher. What's up, Silva? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck to you if you're playing, and good luck to everyone else that's playing. Very exciting chess. Bullet is one of my favorite time controls. We've got 30 seconds to go. National Master Subham joining at 2633, the new top seed. That is National Master Asish Panda from Arizona State. You're low-key cooked. That's okay, because you're going to be put into a bracket with people around your same score. Hello, 1x ill. Can anyone play? Anyone that is a college student or a recent graduate. But this is already too late to join, as registration deadline was yesterday. And we're off to the races here. Math Person giving some time odds, 7 seconds, and a French pre-moved from Subham. French advanced here with F4. We've got some theory. Ooh, G3 I wasn't expecting. Only now knight back to E2. A trade on D4, bishop out, and now C3, making sure that knight is nice and cozy. Bishop comes out. There's a pawn on the B file. Bishop hits the rook. Rook lifts. Rook on the semi-open file. We have a trade here, and now F5. A nice move here from white. And now F6. Oh, we might see some dark square devastation. Wow, rook to G2 I was not expecting, but it's to get the bishop out of the way. And now, if the queen here, the bishop comes in. A timely defense here from black, and we see one trade here, pinning the bishop to the queen. Queen here, but the bishop comes back. I thought the point was to take here. Maybe white thought that the queen wouldn't retake and be pinned. But here we go. The queen comes back. A trade, and now white wants to continue the attack. We have a trade of queens, but there is that h-pawn taken. Bishop looking for a trade. Rook lift. Pawn takes on d4, fixing the structure. Rook going after that backwards d-pawn, and now white has to take a timeout to save it. King steps up, gets checked, a block, but that's going to lose the a-pawn. Black has a passed pawn, but look at white. White is going after the black pawns. Takes and gets skewered, but a mouse slip. Oh my goodness, 10 seconds for Subham. Oh, but there's a queen on the board now. What on earth is happening? If king here, there was going to be mate. Trying to go for a steep. Oh, it's mate. Oh, it's mate in 1. Oh my god, it was missed. 1 second left. 3 seconds. King moves and it's mate. Mate in 4 with F7 check, but he gets flagged. Absolute ridiculous start. What's up, Bryce? Hello, Almany. I am well. How are you? My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, that is game 1 out of I don't know how many we're going to see. We've got a draw here. I kind of just want to follow the panda. Oh, now he's up against the 1,000. Wow, but that first game was the thriller, dude. What a way to start the event. We've got Ujasiv, one of our ambassadors. Both players over 2,000. Just over 30 seconds left. This is ridiculous. Welcome back, TFS. Yeah, this is an international event. 1xil. You can learn more about the summer tournament or the summer events. Rook here is interesting. I thought rook here would have been good. That hits the queen and mate, but the queens are traded. Rooks are doubled. That's dangerous, by the way. With bishop takes, rook back rank, but there would have been a block. Trying to trade rooks does get one pair off the board. Now the knight's going to get kicked, and now the rook's going to infiltrate to c2. Bishop here is a nice fork, but even if you damage the pawn structure, you are creating luft for that king. Rook here, though. You got to go after that a-pawn. Yeah, pawn push. Now going after the a-pawn. King here drops the a-pawn. Check 10 seconds or less for both now. It's going to come down to the wire here. That drops a pawn. Who's going to flag who? I don't think we're going to see mate. There's no check here. I think Mona Lisa's going to get flagged. We're going to see some pre-moves. The king gets in behind. Takes. And there's the flag. Ujasiv gets the point. Let's check back in with Subham. Wow, is this a fried liver attempt? Watch out for checkmate. 800. Cleo, I think also one of our ambassadors. Hey, Bishop Stars. What schools participate in the league? That's a great question, Zay Morgan. Okay, so the pawn push, not getting mated, but definitely dropping material. I mean, black could try to be sneaky, but those squares were covered. Well, I guess the queen was supporting, but no, the time, yeah, bullet is hard when you are almost 2,000 rating point difference. But we will have a sheet with all of the schools listed and the players and what schools they go to. I probably should have done that earlier. Wow, pawn takes. Recognizing, well, I guess you had pawn push, but okay. That's a free pawn, but doesn't matter. Flag. I want to see Subham versus some stronger players. That first round was exhilarating. But yeah, the pieces are going to fly. I wish the Stanford IM joined back again. I don't know why they left early. But we've got 2 players with 4 out of 4. We've got 1 player with 5 out of 5. That's Subham, who we're watching right now. Subham repping that chess.com moderator badge. Very nice. Okay, d5 just to get the bishop in. Hit the queen, because this is covered. Ooh, that's going to hang something. And do we even take the rook? The answer is no. We're going for glory. Pawn push. That's a pin, actually. Curious enough. But now you take the rook. Maybe you go here. No, there was just queen takes. So pawn push first and foremost. And only now, rook to e8. White could take 2 rooks for the queen. But this king is going to get in trouble here. Pawn push. Ooh, that was a blunder. Perhaps the opponent figured there was going to be a king move. That's a fork. Throw in the knight block, because you never know if the opponent's gonna be caught on a pre-move. Okay, looking for mate. And there you have it. With 30 seconds to spare. Okay, now he's playing against the next top dog here. 3 players with 5 out of 5. This, I believe, is Jerome, who is repping the French flag, but I think is from Canada. But I might be wrong. Okay, big game here. Subham's already up a pawn, it seems. Knight here, going for glory. Gets stopped, but continues the attack. Another pawn push. Damage has been done here. Knight hits the queen, but we can take that. We elect not to. We throw the punch instead. And we're lining up opposite here. So this is a big threat. You don't want to have to kick the knight away. Yeah, knight's coming in. Queen now. That's a fork. That's not a... Oh, hold on. King's defending, but this is a devastating move. That's just mate. Subum gets paired with a 2300. Just a mere roadblock on his path to victory. He just blew right through Jerome, giving them their first loss of the tournament. Subum now at a perfect 7 out of 7 and no end in sight. I realize now the error in my ways. We don't have the number 1 spot on this leaderboard here. That should be good enough now. Oh, that's a Botez Gambit if I've ever seen one. Oh, just going for mate. Yeah, bishop check. Anything block. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you block. Queen A8 is mate. Subum continues the rampage. Will anyone be able to stop this onslaught? The Resets, who was also 5 out of 5, lost their first game as well. So Subum looking to adopt the pool here. We're at 8 games in a row. This is a 2089 player, but this is already game over. Pretty much. This king is going to get mated. Queen here. Yeah. Okay, there's one defense here. Queen trade does occur. Rook is hit. You go here. Yeah, you kick the knight. I guess the knight goes here. Takes bishop here, but oh, hold on. Not quite over yet. Oh, hold on. This might be over. Look at these bishops, dude. Oh my goodness. This bishop has no legal moves. You'd love to connect rooks if you can. King here, honestly, not a bad move, but pawn check, and that's a free rook, and we see resigns. They've had enough. Subum, 9 out of 9. Next win to adopt the pool. And we're barely 10 minutes into this. We're up to 95 players. Not too shabby. Subum waiting to get paired here. Gets a 699. And he'll take it. Let me see. Maybe we can get a closer match here. Here we've got an 800 versus 700. Looks like 2 rooks for white is going to be good enough, plus the time advantage, which honestly might be more important. Double the rooks. King stays alive, but for how long? Black's going to go for a dirty flag. If white doesn't start pre-moving, but okay, the king has no moves. There might be stalemate, you guys. There might be stalemate. No, there's a flag. That was closer than I thought it would be. 1 second remaining there. Let's see. We've got another Subum game. This time against the 2000. Subum has gotten their 10 out of 10. Wow, they're sacking here. What is this? Is this an alien gambit? Like, what am I missing? Okay. Knight's protected by the pawns. Castles. Very difficult for this king to come out. That's a mate threat. Mate in 1. There's no oh, and there it goes. Super Manas goes down to Subum. Unstoppable so far. Unbeatable, it seems. Okay, we got Ujasov's game. We've got 2 1800s here. What's up, Speed Chess? Speaking of Speed Chess, we're watching Bullet. This is College Bullet going on. 30 seconds. That's 10 seconds more. The king gets active, but that could be very scary. Wow, this king is asking to get mated, but isn't quite yet. Check, king here. Push. I'm not sure what they're going for. King here. Yeah, I don't know. 4 seconds, though. This is surely going to be a flag. Yeah, no time. Subum is just going to continue his rampage. As expected. I want some close games. Okay. There's no queen for white. And no time either. We see resigns. Here we have a player from Finland. Whoa, free rooks. A dirty flag, perhaps. We've got two 1300s here. Okay, down a rook, but it's a perpetual. It's going to be a draw. We've got Suli here. Suli, 4 seconds to 4 seconds. Mate threatened, but no, it's defended. 1 second. Suli's going to flag. Suli's going to flag. Yeah, he trades less than a second for the opponent there. My rating's over 2,000, but I'm not a titled player. Here we've got two strong players, both over 2,200. Shadow Monarch with the white pieces. Looks to be doing well. Up a whole rook. Wait, what was that? What was just a free piece? What? Oh wait, what? They're up a piece? I'm confused. Up a piece for a bunch of pawns, I guess, but just gave it away. Rook's traded off. Maybe the pawn's gonna push. Wow, this pawn pushes. That's a pin. That's a free rook. Shadow Monarch, what's going on? That's gonna fall. That's gonna hurt. Bishop wants to come here. That's a check. That's a rook. Bishop. No, it's pinned. King steps up, and that's a devastating move. Queen here. Defends. Maybe queen here. Oh, that's a free queen. Who's going to flag who? They're throwing away all their pieces. Checks. Free pieces. Flags. Holy smokes. Shadow Monarch tried to throw everything away. And here we go. Big match right now. 2,300 versus 2,600. Subum has not lost a single game yet. 13 out of 13. A perfect score so far. So good. Shadow Monarch, meanwhile, in 6th place. Subum's going for 100 by the 30-minute mark, he says. Okay, well, let's see. He's got to beat the Shadow Monarch here first. Big check. Queen sneaking her way in. Damaged pawn structure in front of the king. But Monarch slowing down the pace. Lifts the rook. Queen checks, threatening the skewer. Maybe we see the rook coming into the action. But maybe we're going to see the bishop as well. Okay, the knight offering its defenses. Rook takes, and now the bishop. There goes the queen and resigns. Subum barely even being slowed down at all by the minor inconvenience that is the 2,300 Shadow Monarch. My goodness. Okay, next game. Now Subum playing against the Resets, who is in 4th place. Now 5th place. Math person, after losing that first game to Subum, is a perfect 8 out of 8. So if you're going to lose a game, it's good to lose the first one. Ooh, big blunder, mate in 1. Dang, against a 2,200. What is going on with these people? Not expecting. Knight g4, nice little fishing pole tactic. Gets the job done there. Remember, top 8 is for Division 1. So that's what people are trying to go for. But there will be lower divisions as well. So everyone can get paired into the knockout bracket. Oh, interesting trades. Very interesting trades. Wow. Subum, you're playing an 800. Oh my goodness. Knight takes g6 was the move. Subum getting let off the hook. Oh my goodness. Queen takes, but Oh, just castles. Wow. Takes the rook. Takes here. I don't know what's going on, folks. Don't take that. Don't take that. That's a problem. That's a discovery. I'm surprised. Okay. This is hit. That's the... Wow. Also, yeah, that... As soon as that goes, that goes. What is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. That's an aggressive move. Check. Trade up that guy. Ooh, that's a freebie. This is the Collegiate Chess League Summer 2025 season's Bullet Qualifier Arena. That's a big diagonal. And that's even stronger. That defends for now. But that's not defended. I'm surprised the rook didn't come in. Ooh, bishop check. Another check. That's going to get you the rook back. And there's a flag. It's too late to join this, unfortunately. The deadline to register was yesterday, and the arena's already started as well. So if you want to keep an eye out for these events in the future, you should join the Discord server where you'll be announced all of our events. So yeah, be sure to check that out. In the meantime, yeah, do the other Discord, the Collegiate Chess League's Discord. Although my server does get linked to the Collegiate Chess League's announcements as well. So, okay, queen gets hit. Queen hits the pawn. Rook defends the pawn. This opponent, 1880. Knight hits the bishop. Yeah, knight blocking here. There's one trade. That's a rook, by the way. That's an exchange. But down on time. Thank you, Kev Shares. Huge compliment for me. Okay. Queen, rook, bishop, all lined up. You could take, but does that help? Not really. This pawn was also very hit. Wait, can we take this? No, we go for the trade. The idea is that the queen and knight were converging here. That's a check, but also a... Where's your knight going? There's one option. Defended by the pawn. Knight comes back trying to go here and does so. Rook lifts. This bishop, hold on. That's defended, my friend. But Subom knew that. Subom going for the confusion tactics. Just to get the flag, I suspect. That defends. Okay, trade off that. You're down a whole rook. You could see that pesky knight. Yeah, get rid of him. But 1 second to 17. Best of luck to you. Because you're getting flagged. So, Subom continues on. Yeah, there are prizes. There are free membership prizes. No cash prizes, but we will have cash prizes in the future for our regular season, which starts in September for the Global Collegiate Chess League, as some people have called it. But we'll also be announcing our India College Chess Championship soon as well, which also will have cash prizes. So the Collegiate Chess League always has had free events. We've never charged for any event. And we do have free prizes, which is exciting. Okay, we've got Silva versus Ujasov here. Two very active members in the college chess community. And it looks like we've got opposite color bishops. And both sides with just about 30 seconds left on the clock. We see the eval bar swinging back and forth. Pressure here, but did not add the queen to the attack. And why not? Because this pawn was hanging. The queen now steps back. Queen takes with check. Okay, queen and rook lined up. Queen trade offered, accepted. Rook putting pressure on the pawn. That's defended. Rook hits the bishop. Bishop hits the pawn. Pawn pushes. Bishop hits the other pawn. The other pawn pushes. Bishop's guarding all the base points. This is really a good position for white. That's a free pawn. But I think this is going to be, in theory, a draw. However, it all comes down to the clock here. It's bullet. Both sides, 5 seconds or less now. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Hanging pawn, trade, takes. Pass pawns, but that's a check. That's going to take some time. Let's see some pre-moves. Both under a second. Oh my goodness. Ujasiv wasn't pre-moving and gets flagged. Silva gets a nice flag there. White Knight Gamer, thanks for the follow. Okay, we've got the rematch here. Both players 2,600 plus. Actually, Math Person is not. And Subham wins by resignation. I tuned in too late. But Subham, unstoppable. Chess24 with a rate of 197. What's up, Max? Thank you and welcome, everyone. This is the Collegiate Chess League Bullet Chess Championship Qualifier Arena. And we're watching Subham from Arizona State go on an absolute tear. He has 19 wins in a row and is about to get to 20. So this qualifier arena will determine the division championship. So next week, this same time, and that's going to be a devastating check. Trying to pry this, you could do bishop takes, pinning the rook to the queen. Knight takes, also a nice fork. There's a check. There's another check. Yeah, I mean, Subham's just mopping up all of the pieces. But nobody stopped him. There was an international master earlier from Stanford, but they did not continue, unfortunately. But let's give a shout out to Chess24. Everyone, please go give them a follow and check them out. Okay, my shout out command maybe doesn't work. Thank you, Akshansh. Good to see you. Shout out to AK, one of my favorites. Yeah, Subham, he would berserk if he could, I think. 30 seconds. And there goes that pass pawn. There's a queen on the board. And there goes another pawn. Check, and now resigns. I'm trying to keep an eye on Subham and see if anyone can take him down. He's played at 2,600 twice and has beaten them both times. Ujaso's playing a close opponent here. Queen a4 would have been a very good check. Rook here is also very good, and Queen a4 now is mate. So nice game there. Let's check in. Okay, Subham's getting paired again against the Canadian. 2248. Let me see who this is. Connor McJesus, my favorite, from Western University. Raymond Tang, representing Canada. This is an international event, and anyone that is curious about the Collegiate Chess League, if you are a college student that likes to play chess, this is the place to be. Bishop takes, queen check, and that's going to be mate. Queen block, just to allow the bishop to come in, but that's going to be another piece. Knight here, interesting. Oh, knight takes is very nice. And you get the bishop, and that defends the knight. So 5-point lead for Subham. Man, those tactics were sharp. Pawn push, allowing the king to breathe. Also keeping the knight out of f5. Knight trade, you could also take the pawn. But, of course, trading down is a winning idea. So that's all you need. Yeah, this is more simplification. And resigns. Very nice game from Subham. Representing the Sun Devils from Arizona State. Okay, let me find. Okay, here's a big matchup. King Canal versus K-Darsh. Both players over 2,300. What's up, Wikipedia? Didn't play this year. Didn't want to get into Subom's way. Oh, hold on. That's a queen on the board. Is there enough time? There better be. If black doesn't win this, I don't know what they could win. But there's going to be another queen. So, yeah, it's time for mate. The last pawn and the last check. I was thinking rook a7, but rook c1 will get the job done. Okay, Subom now against Shadow Monarch from South Africa. Knight hitting the bishop. Bishop on the long diagonal. Defended by the knight. Bishop forcing that trade. Queen defending the knight this way. Rook here is going to threaten knight here. That's going to be a gnarly one. Knight here, though, could be interesting. Uh-oh. Black missed it. That's just going to be... can you play here? No, you take with check. That's devastating. Yeah, I mean, I saw that tactic a mile away. But I also was looking at it from White's point of view. Once you see the knight and queen in this combo, you want to pin that pawn so that you can play knight f5. So this move was very ill-timed with a tempo, but danger levels. The king or queen or both are falling. All right, and Subom now rematch with Jerome, I believe from McGill. Is Subom bullying is the question, asks Subom. Well, Subom, you're almost double the second place points. So you might be running away with this. I really wish there was an international master that joined for a moment, but they left. They were 2,700. That would have been exciting, especially for the playoff bracket. But alas, here we are. In the qualifier, a clear favorite, taking quite the lead here. Queen here, threatening mate, but we're going to get a rook lift. And yeah, watch out for that. I think Jerome knows it. Queen here, a very interesting defense. Another rook. I was wondering about rook to f6. Maybe would have been better. Hold on. Yeah, here. Here allowing, yeah, very nice. Very nice. Pinning the rook, right? Because you want to get these tactics in, but the queen now is defending. And now Subom actually on the verge of losing. Look at his clock. Wow, rook to f5, allowing the queen to d7. Wow. Check, rook lift, check, pawn block, rook interfering, trading one pair off. And lo and behold, Subom's going to go down. Their first loss of the match. Giving up that queen is really smart. Getting rid of the pawns, trying for stalemate, but no time. Gets flagged. Wow. Rook to f5. Queen d7. That pin, that resource, saved white, won them the game. So Subom shows signs of human life. They make their first mistake after winning 22 games in a row. They go down. Okay. Subom trying to get back on the streak. So they didn't get to 100 by 30 minutes. SMH. Okay. This position. Zugzwang from Canada. Computer thought white had a tactic that was missed. So, and that's a skewer. That's also a tactic that wasn't missed. Rook here maybe, but no. Yeah, you start with the trade, then rook here. Now it's queen versus bishop and rook. I guess white could have taken this. That pawn though is kind of scary. You could still take this. if you want. They do want it, and the pawn pushes. Genius. He said, go ahead, take the pawn. Take the queen even. But that's mate. So, Subum, back on the winning track. I'm sure at some point they could drop out and still win first place. Um, there are membership prizes. Yeah, Subum is the star for sure. I want to see. Let's watch this lower rated matchup here. Queen takes the knight. Yeah. Let's see. Knight develops. White could castle. Bishop here. Okay, we could see a trade. Takes, takes. Nice little pre-move there. Pawn push I like. Castles I like. I think e5 should be nice. Computer loves this for white. Didn't love this so much. e5. Ooh, pushing here. Okay. Bishop back. Knight, that's free. Maybe we'll see the bishop come back. Maybe. Nope. Okay. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Maybe a rook lift. Okay. Ah, queen sees the free pawn. And now we're threatening a perpetual. Rook lift is nice. That's a free pawn with check. Rook blocks though. Queen comes home. That's a pawn. Queen back. Rook double, interestingly. And the exchange sack. I think white's going to flag black. Okay, double the rooks behind the pawns. Oh, a queen sacrifice for the rook in the corner. Okay, king's on the run. Rook check. Come on, make him pay. Ah. Oh, yeah, you're getting flagged. Close game, though. Close. Okay. Subum up against K-Darsh. Ooh, Subum. Down a rook. Not looking too hot. And also going to get flagged. Okay. So Subum losing their second game. He started off so strong. Is there a chance for anyone to catch the almighty Subum? Subum says he's out. Well, Subum, do you plan on playing in the bracket next week or no? Do I have a link to the arena? It is not open anymore. It's a private thing for college students. Ooh. Nice mate there. Let's see. Emil versus I Love Guppy. These are two big dogs here. Wait, is this game already over? Wait, why is it not moving? Yeah, same time next week. Hello, Abba. Why are these players not moving? We got up to 97 players. Not bad. Yeah, it finishes the same day. Let me try to find another game. Okay, the problem is the games are all finishing before I click on them. Here we go. Okay, both players over 2,000. I think you're gonna get caught if you stop now. But you just want to be in top 8 is a thing. I think you're fine for top 8. I think you're fine. But it's up to you, you know. Oh, free queen. Thank you. Botez Gambit, if you will, and resigns. That's a appropriate response. Okay. Here are two more strong players. Yeah, also the links are in the disc the discords, yeah. Yeah, trades, resigns. They were low on time anyways. E&D gets flagged. Oh, Subom. No, that game's finished. K-Darsh for Subom again. Unless this game is not actually real. I've been psyched before. Oh, Subom's in another game. Oh, he's playing Emil. Oh, mate in one. Nice. Okay, so Subom has returned to add on to his lead. Perhaps going for 100 points. Emil was the next strongest player. We've got two 1400s here. Black is completely winning. Do not repeat. Oh my god. This technique, dude. Oh my god. The ladder mate has never been this difficult. But luckily, we had plenty of time. So, yeah. Wait. White won? No way with the pawn? Black? What were you doing? Oh my goodness. That was devastating to witness. I didn't realize it was the other way around with the time situation. Oh my god. He just needed to shuffle the rook and he had back rank mate. Okay, this is also a flag situation. 1 second. Oh my god. Is he gonna get the mate off? No, he flagged him. Didn't matter, it seems. Okay, here we've got two 2300s. Castles, kingside for both. Just under 20 minutes to go in the arena. Pawn push I like. We're going to give them the old double-double for the doubled pawns. But no, black obviously doesn't take. That's a free queen. Why not? You know, just pre-move takes like you meant to do that. That's a fork, but black loves trading. We might see resigns here. Okay. Yeah, that was not good, I gotta say. Okay, we've got Krishna, 2400 here against Subham. Trade of queens, opposite color bishops, doubled pawns. You can't go back to defend. So this is looking dead drawn. As drawn as it gets. Bloodcake, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. We're watching the college chess bullet qualifier. That's a pawn, but that's a pawn as well. So we're back to dead even, basically. That's a check. Maybe white goes after that pawn. Okay, check. Another check. And now here, trying to go for h3. And they get it. So black is kind of cooking with these moves here. Ooh, rook takes. Bishop here. That's going to hurt. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, hold on. This pawn is hanging. Computer hated that. What was the move? You just take on f3, rook takes, and then you bring the bishop back. Lining up the discoveries. Okay. So up a pawn. Ooh, there was a check. There was a check and mate. And if here, maybe a skewer or something. Huh. Going for the flag, though. That's the thing. Even if it's completely even, the problem is that it's not. Because the time. And Subham gets a big win here against Krishna. Okay. Where is Ujasov doing in the standings? Ujasov, you know, strong player, over 2,000, but it's hard competing against, players that are a few hundred higher. So Ujasov's going to flag here. Um, Ujasov's at 20th, so that's like Division 3 placement. So again, this qualifier arena is just for the placement of next week's playoffs, the knockout bracket. So Subum, I think if they win this, they might be at 100 points. So that's what they're going for. Playing up against K-Darsh. We have a queen trade offered, declined. A pawn dropped. This is a strong knight. Looking at some key squares. Bishop tucks back. Now the knight moves, allowing the rook to d1. The knight gets hit. Knight goes here, offering a rook trade. That gets accepted. There goes a pawn. Queen stepping in, doing Lord knows what. I couldn't tell you. Queen takes pawn. Oh, it's hitting the rook. Subum, you and me both, dude. I just figured your stuff was protected. Knight here, by the way, is going to be devastating. Oh, knight here, interestingly. And what did the computer say? How is... Oh, queen c8, dude. You gave the wrong check. Ridiculous. You had a perpetual. Oh, and you get the same perpetual. Okay. Yeah. There's two ways to this diagonal, I guess. Bloodcake, thank you for the sub. That's crazy. Yeah. No, shout out to the ambassador program. Okay, we've got this opponent who I haven't seen yet, but a 2500 versus 2300 Blackhawk, I believe from Northern Illinois University, and our opponent from Uzbekistan. So both players just under 20 seconds. Black has a slight advantage in material. A tactic that doesn't quite work, but missed. What am I trying to even look at? This is from Black's perspective. It's throwing me off. That's a pass pawn. That's a king on the run that's getting checked. That, again, is no longer a pass pawn, but a queen. So that's pretty cool. That's a free queen, and that's a dirty flag. Maybe not a dirty flag, but just a flag nonetheless. Subum got a draw? I don't know, but he's up against Math Person now. Man, look at this eval bar. Loves Black. Up 2 outside pass pawns. Can White go for the checkmate? The answer is yes, but can it happen? That is to be decided. So let's see. Rook lifts. Is it a bluff? White's trying to somehow do something. And that seems to be somewhat close to working out. But is it enough? Is the age-old question. Okay. Hold on, folks. Can we do a little something something? And the answer is yes. Chat. Oh, but hold on. Computer didn't like that. Why? I don't know. But yeah, split up the pawns. This is a draw again. What did we miss, folks? What did we miss? Well, if I go back, I might have missed a flag. 3 pawns versus a rook. 2 pawns versus a rook. I think Subum's got... Oh, he got the rook. What are you doing, Math Person? Just don't blunder your rook. And Subum, is he gonna get this in time? I think he will. Wow, he's gonna flag. He's gonna get flagged. Oh my goodness. What just happened? I want to go and look at this game if it won't take me away. What was the win that was missed? Check here. You need to play f4. Only move because it blocks the queen. That makes a lot of sense. You lagged. Yeah, that was brutal. Okay. Back to the tournament. We've got 12 minutes to go. Subum not at 100 points yet. The resets versus Kaleem Janov. Okay, king is in time to keep this king from getting in. Pawn push loses to king c4, but that doesn't work either. I think the king could have gone here. They're going to draw. They're going to repeat? No. They're going for the glory, for the win, but there's no time for the resets. Queen and check and flag. Okay. Um, let's see. Subum going for 100 points. We've got 12 minutes left. How are we looking on the standings? Subum gets a quick resignation, and that's his 100 points. Um, give me some lower rated players here. Both sides 30 seconds. Opposite color bishops. Black is up 2 pawns, which is pretty good. That's a free bishop. That's also a check. Taken there. There goes a G pawn, but black doesn't seem to care. Yeah, if the king had gone here, though, that could have been really bad. Okay, there's a check. There's a pawn. There's a rook's double. Don't go here. Wow, free rook, but it's a trade. Very sneaky. But the clocks are still close. Black is obviously winning, but they're lower on time. But they got that rook supporting the passed pawn. That's a free rook. That's a passed pawn as well. But what's it going to do? You could queen if you want, but yeah, just take. Oh, takes. You could stalemate. Wow. The king only has 2 squares, so this is just going to be mate once he promotes. Very nice. Okay. Here we got some strong players. Kaleem. Did Kaleem join late? Oh yeah, Kaleem is 11 in a row in 3rd place, only behind Emil, a Canadian, a fellow Canadian. That was a blunder. So Kaleem gets the job done and now has 80 points. A new challenger approaches. Here we go. This is number 2 versus number 3. And your standings is important for the bracket. Your standings determines your bracket placement. Not that it matters too much, but perhaps it does. The higher you do, in theory, the better pairing you should have. Okay, queen trade offered. Declined. I'd play g6 here. Bishop hits the rook. Rook takes the file. Rook trade offered. Bishop developed, connects the rooks, and now g6. Queen steps back. The c pawn is hanging, by the way. So is that b pawn that black takes. Rook hits the bishop. We could trade rooks now, and we do so. Bishop comes home. Computer hates this. Queen takes. That is what we call a fork. That's not good for Kaleem. Kaleem is going to lose this game. Might even resign here. What else? 9 minutes to go. So Emil, Canadian, getting some revenge. Shout out to Canada, by the way, and India, and Uzbekistan. But shout out to the U.S., number 1. Subam. Okay, we've got 2 1400s here. No. We're watching instead. We got Moirag and Ujasa. We watched a lot. I just followed like Ujasa early. Taras Matador versus Ujeda. Let's see. Bishop's hit, and there's going to be a fork. So this is looking good for black. Yeah, that's a blunder. Bishop pins the knight. That's smart, but pawn push. Hold on. Takes, and now you can get out of the fork. Ooh, that's a free bishop, though. Okay. Oh, that's also bad. Okay. You know, honestly, yeah, before you resign after blundering a queen, see if you can get your opponent to blunder their queen back. Not a bad idea. Okay. Queen. 1 second, though. Is it going to be... Yeah, grabbed all... I would get that second pawn going. This is not enough to mate. You could have... You had a mating net, and you let him out. So, could work on that technique a little bit. Okay. Ooh, that was a free bishop. Let's watch these two. Bambino versus Shalini. Castles, kingside for both sides. A trade offered and accepted. Rook out. Taking the file. Queen up. No. Knight back. Knight forward. Bishop takes. Could damage the structure. Bishop hits the queen. Oh, a mouse slip. There goes the queen. Yeah, try to get that with check. We might see resigns. And we do. Brutal mouse slip from Shalini. You know, in any moment, you could go down a queen. Okay. Rook versus bishop. 10 seconds for white, for Lee. 3 seconds. And that's a free rook. And now white's winning. But they got to move. Are they going to go after the pawn? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, there's a flag. We've got V-Dogs versus Edier. 3 seconds versus 6. There goes a pawn. 1 second. Pawn push. King takes, but flagged. Nice. Okay. Ujasov and the resets getting into the time scramble. Both sides. Less than 20 seconds. Ujasov less than 20 seconds, but they got the rooks. Hit the knight. Getting behind the pawn. Rook yep. That's all defended though. Hold on. Bishop here. Bishop here. This is great. Oh, takes the pawn first. So smart. Oh, but that's defended. Holy smokes. Trading it down, you're up a pawn. Ujasov's going to get flagged. He's flagging next. Wait. Oh, he pre-moved. Nicely done, dude. With 0.2 seconds on the clock. Barely. He's getting some tough opponents. Okay, less than 5 minutes. Subom's looking comfortable at 100 points. Four and a half minutes to go. That's a checkmate. What am I looking for? I'm looking for some excitement. Okay, 30 seconds each. 2-pawn advantage for black. Yeah, black's just trying to trade queens. Wisely so. Not to be confused with Wesley so. I'd put the bishop here. Ooh, bishop takes. Okay. Okay. We could have some... oh, it's main one. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Oh. You had it. Okay, hold on. The game's not over yet. Game's not over. There's some excitement. Wow. King to f7 on the run. Bishop hits the rook. Rook's gonna move. No, that's a free knight. That's a free queen. Rook takes. What are we doing? Your rook was right there. That's a free rook. Oh my goodness. What are we doing, folks? What is going on? Oh, that's a free queen. Oh my goodness. But they're gonna get flagged. Wow. Yeah, I saw your first game. Yeah, I saw that. That was incredible to start the tournament. That game was crazy though. Emil joined a day ago. Okay. Well, we'll look into it, I suppose. That pawn is hanging. Bishop takes looks gnarly. That's defended. Barely. I'm surprised they didn't do that yet. Like, why not? Seriously, somebody tell me. Bishop's hit. Goes back. Bishop's blocked. Wait, just take it. Just take it, dude. Just take it. Yeah. Takes and you're mated. Your choice. Rook takes, and you're almost gonna be mated anyways. Bishop check, very nice. Rook block, queen check, a little tickle, takes, and you're mated. Oh, there was queen takes in one. Trade off, 4 seconds each. It's an absolute coin flip. Take. Oh, check. Free rooks. Flag. Broke the pre-moves there. Man. Okay, 1 minute left in the tournament. Subham's locked in on first place. So, top 8. Is Blackhawk going to make it? I Love Guppy is 2 points out. Ooh, but they lost. Zugzwang won. Can they catch up? Last game for Zugzwang to make top 8. Can they do it? They're going to have to sneak in a mate somewhere. Maybe go for the fishing pole tactic. Oh, they castled. Hold on. Who else? Maybe I Love Guppy could also break in. I Love Guppy could do it. Is this going to be enough? That's mate. So is I Love Guppy going to pass Blackhawk? Is Blackhawk in a game? Ooh, hold on. $40 seconds in the arena. This game might not finish. Blackhawk goes down to 9th place. So I Love Guppy with a sneaky last-minute buzzer beater checkmate to pass the Blackhawk. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. Blackhawk is also losing now to Ajasiv. Wow. I Love Gup. Oh, but they drew by agreement to get an extra point. Oh my god. What's the stand? Oh my god, dude. Blackhawk with the draw sneaks in to top 8 just over I Love Guppy. Wow. That's some situational awareness. Now you get to lose to Subham. Well, we'll see. We'll see who all. You might have some people drop out from the playoff bracket. So we don't know the final standings. We also have to do a fair play review. So yeah, we will announce the brackets sometime during the week. So keep an eye out for that. We will email all of you. We'll also set up Discord channels per bracket. So congratulations to Subham winning clear first with 100 points, going 28 out of 31. Gonna be difficult to stop Subham in that bracket, but you never know. The matches, it could be a matchup style. Like Subham has lost to some of these players, right? It could be interesting. But second place, we've got Emil from Canada, King Kunal from the US, K Darsh from the UK, Kaleem Janov from Uzbekistan at 5th place. We've got Krishna from India in 6th place, Math Person 2535 from Virginia Tech, 7th place, and we got Blackhawk in 8th place. So that's top division. That's what we're going to be watching next week at the same time. It's a double elimination bracket, and it's best of 12 for the bullet matches. So, going to be an exciting week next week. But again, we're going to have to double check. A lot of people only elect to play in the arena and not in the bracket. How many people get into division? So, in theory, everyone that played should be placed. We got all the way up to 99 players. No, so the brackets, it's by 8. Groups of 8 will do. So in theory, everyone that wants to play next week can play as long as they played in the qualifier arena. But we will have to set up the brackets. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate everyone for playing and for watching. And I will see you all next week. So our next event is going to be the weekly prize arena on Thursday. I believe we have prizes only listed for Division One, but I have given membership prizes for lower divisions as well, and I'm happy to continue that. Maybe like top three or something. I don't know, but stay tuned. We'll see. I'm gonna have to also revise our rules real quick before you all go and before I go. I do want to say that we will have a Zoom call for the top division. So for fair play monitoring. I don't think we had that listed, but we will be doing that. So um, keep that in mind. All right. Yeah, more details will be emailed and announced on Discord. So be sure to keep your eye out, and I will see you all later. Thanks again, everyone. You're all incredible. This has been the Collegiate Chess League Summer 2025 Bullet Chess Qualifier Arena. My name is Joe. Shout out to Susquehanna for sponsoring this event, and I will see you all later. Take care.